everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Lovebird Lane podcast. It's been a hot minute. My name is Julianne. I am probably well out of practice. Granger has just sat down next to me and had a bit of a groan, so please know that he is around, and Marianne will probably be chirping away in the background. But yeah, I am back. I've had a impromptu 2 weeks off. I can't exactly remember why. Something happened last week that actually put a spanner in the works and I wasn't able to do it, but yeah, the week before, of course, I had to get my yarn club out. So I had to sacrifice a few things last week. I had no shop update. I had no podcast because I had to make sure I could get those yarn clubs out this week because they were months late, which, yeah, not great. I was not happy about that, but they are all out now. I know at least 2 people have received theirs, so that is done, which is a big relief. It was a bit of a learning curve and I am now much more prepared for my next one. So hopefully we won't be having this kind of problem. And next time perhaps I won't overtax myself with all the things that are included. So that would make it a little bit cheaper as well for you guys if you did want to participate in a yarn club. And then the week before, I think I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling bubbly enough, I suppose, to do the podcast today. I've been in kind of rare form for me. I've been singing and chatting to the animals pretty much since I got up. So yeah, I think I'm in a bit more of a bubbly mood today. Please ignore my hair. It is a situation. I am going to be booking in a haircut today, later on. They didn't open till 9 and it is now 6 to 9. Yeah, so I will be booking that and hopefully I will have that done before I see you next time, but who knows? Oh, you know, definitely will, because as I've just remembered, I'm taking a couple of weeks off. So I have been gone for 2 weeks. I am back for another episode and then I'll be gone for another 2 weeks. I have a lot of things that I want to do. I've been putting off a lot of things like house maintenance, cleaning. I've got to clean the fridge. I've got to, you know, do a bunch of things like that are boring that I don't really have a lot of time to get done while I am working every day. I'm going to take a couple of weeks for that. Plus I am going to be working on something kind of new. It is to do with my second YouTube channel, so I'm hoping that I can get some content prepared for that as well and sort of get into a routine to try and incorporate that into my yarn dyeing kind of schedule, and to work more on that second channel, because that is something that I'm really keen to do. So if you are interested in that, it will not necessarily be about weight loss like it has been in the past. But yeah, if you are interested in that, keep posted to the podcast, and hopefully I can have some stuff up on the second channel soon. That's pretty exciting. But I have some things to talk about today. Again, it's not a lot. It's mostly socks. Let me just say that right now off the bat. I do actually have a finished object. I only have one, but it is one that you have seen before, and it means that I'm getting things done because my hands are feeling a lot better this week. They are still a little bit stiff, but yeah, they are feeling pretty good, and I have been able to get some crafting done, which is fantastic. I do have a plan to get some spinning done. I got some amazing fibre from Kathy's Fibres. She posted it on Instagram and I just fell in love with it and I had to get some, so I snapped up 2 braids of that. So that's something that is coming up soon because I'm super keen to get that on the wheel. And weaving, I haven't been doing a lot of weaving. I have got that present, I think I spoke about it. I think I've showed it actually at one point, a scarf that I was weaving for Simon's stepdad. If you are new, hi, hello, I'm Julianne. Simon is my husband, if you aren't aware. Yeah, so Simon's stepdad will be getting a scarf eventually. But I haven't been working on that a lot. It is on my big loom. Granger's coming to say hi. Hello. What are you doing? You probably just see his nose just down there in the corner. It is on my big loom, which I always struggle to get the big loom out, which is really odd because it's far more versatile than my little loom, because I do have a sample at 25 centimeter and I've got the 60 centimeter larger rigid heddle loom. And although it's far more versatile, I can get a lot more done on it. It's hard, like it's big. I don't know how people, I mean, I guess people with anything bigger than that would need to have a stand for it. I don't have a stand for it. I just lean it up against my dining table when I'm using it. So yeah, I've just been, I don't know, I just haven't really wanted to get out the big loom, even though it is a project that really needs to get done. But yeah, I haven't been doing any weaving, no spinning, but a bit of knitting. So let's get on to it and stop blathering about. Okay, so my first finished object, well, my only finished object, let's say that, is a pair of socks. As I said, it was going to be a very sock-centric episode. So these are my Just Peachy socks. I have finished these and I am thrilled with them. They are great. This colorway, that is actually closer. It's very washed out when I bring it back towards me, but that is about the color that they are. So I found a little imperfection in the yarn here. It's funny how the dye does that sometimes. It's just this errant little dark spot that comes out. So yeah, these are my Just Peachy socks. They are isotonal yarn that I fell in love with. I actually made this, I had a request, somebody, who was it, Cheryl, I believe? I don't know if you watch Cheryl, but hi if you do. She wanted a peach to match another colour yarn, or coordinate with another colour yarn. She had a variegated yarn that was in a corally peach and she wanted one to match. So I created this yarn, and orange is not my jam, but I created this colourway and there's just enough pink in it that I like it. So these are my Just Peachy socks. They're just my regular vanilla sock. I believe I did what I have been doing lately, and I did the cuff in 2.5 mil, so it's easy to get it up over my foot, and the rest of the foot is in 2.25 mil needles, and I knit these on 9-inch circulars, which is the same for everything else that I'm going to be showing you. So I use a Fish Lips Kiss heel because I don't know if you caught it on a podcast a couple of weeks back, probably. I had a little hashtag flash up on the screen, Fish Lips Kiss forever, because yes, I like Fish Lips Kiss heel. It is so simple, it is easy to memorize, it fits my heel really well, so it's just always my go-to heel. So that is my finished object. It is some Just Peachy socks. And on to works in progress. You have seen this sock before, but you have not seen it complete. So it is my Imprim beige sock. I did finish this first one. I mentioned, I think in the last podcast, that I wanted to get this one done so that I would work on the second Just Peachy, which obviously has happened. So this is the Gumi 50 by Beige de France. And yeah, I've got my little stripe on the heel that I thought worked out so well. So yeah, that is my first sock out of that pair. I have not cast on the second sock yet because of the next project that I'm going to show you. So these next ones are so special. I love them so much. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably know what these are, what I'm going to be talking about. And these came about because I saw Vine, Kristen Laraire's pair, because you know I'm a huge fangirl of Vine. So I saw her pair of the Dreaming of Paris socks, which are by Hohu Locatelli, and I had to cast some on. And I just love Kristen's with, she used Jilted Rose and Black Pearl on her set, and I'd sort of picked some similar colours from my own colour range. Mine are a little bit different, but I have done a very similar looking socks. So these are my Dreaming of Paris socks. I'll get it right one day. I have made a bit of a boo-boo on these. You probably won't really notice, but I will fix it on the pair that my mother-in-law has requested. This is knit on my BFL sock base, so I think it's 75/25 BFL, so blue face Leicester nylon. I'll show you close up. So this is my colorway Nebula. So it's kind of similar to Black Pearl. It's a purple black. So this is Nebula, and then this was actually a play. I've called it a play on Wilted because I have a colorway called Wilted that kind of has a look like a wilted rose. So like the petals, and how roses kind of go that yellowy pinky kind of color when they die off. But because I loved Kristen so much, I just did a little bit of a play on it. Because of the colors that I use in this, it's actually the one that I have, like Wilted is actually quite pink with that yellow undertone. But instead of using, I would normally use a burgundy colored dye to get that sort of pinky effect. I changed that to pink, so it's a little bit more subtle, a pink dye, and I added a little bit more brown. So I've created this colorway. So I've called it, for now, a play on Wilted, because I don't really know what to call it, because it's kind of pink, it's kind of tan, it's kind of yellow in parts. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to call it, whether I'll just continue to call it a play on Wilted or whether I will give it its own name. But yeah, they play so nicely together, as I assumed that they would, because looking at Kristen's, you know, you would assume that colorways that are sort of similar would play much the same way. So you can see a bit better there. It's kind of a tanny pink, I suppose, like a beigey pink. And yeah, I just love the stripes and the way the like the variegation of the yarn kind of mottles through the stripes. So, and I also did use, as you can see, just here, where the purple has started, because I did use the helical method to knit these socks. So you can see on both sides there is no weird bunching of stitches where I have you know, swapped the yarn. It's because I've used the helical knitting method on these. So I finished this sock in 2 days because it was so addictive, and I loved it so much. It was just beautiful. Simon had an appointment last Wednesday, not this week, last week, and while I was waiting for him, I actually sort of did from here to all the way down here while I was waiting for him. It was an hour-long appointment. So I got a lot done while I was waiting for him. But that was the first sock that I said I knit in a couple of days. Don't mind my stitch markers, it's how I know how long to make my second sock. But I am onto the toe of the second sock now. So this one's taken a little bit longer, but that's probably because I haven't really done a ton of knitting. You know, at night I've mostly been so tired. I've just kind of been hanging out on the couch and just watching TV with Simon, so I haven't really been picking up my knitting. But I am down to the toe on the second sock, so you can see I've matched my markers here so I know how long to make my socks. But yeah, it is much the same as the other, and the eagle-eyed among you might notice that I forgot, after doing the ribbing, it's really strangely written in the pattern, so I'm going to use that in my defense. I did the ribbing as written, and then there's actually supposed to be a longer stockinette section after the ribbing and before the patterning, and Marion is going off her brain as usual. So there's actually supposed to be, it's written really strangely, because it's like you do your ribbing and then it says knit one round. Okay, so I've knit one round and then I've just moved on to the patterning because I wanted to get to the lace. But then on my second knit through, I notice it says knit one round, and then there's a space, and then it says repeat last row 5 times or 4 times or something. I don't know why that would be split. It seems odd. Like, to me, if I was writing it, let's just put it this way, if I was writing it, I would say ribbing, knit 5 rounds, knit 6 rounds, whatever the hell it is. Instead of doing it separate, if you know what I mean, like going knit 1 round and then knit another 4 rounds. Like, I don't know why it was split. I don't quite understand the logic in that, but yeah, so anyway, I've missed that. So I missed it on the first one. I picked it up on the second one, but obviously because these are top down, I was not going to rip out my entire sock to add those rows in. So I've just made this one to match. My mother-in-law, as I said, has very strongly hinted that she wants a pair of these. So I'm probably going to have enough because I've got all of this left out of my 2 balls of yarn. So these are the yarns in the ball. So there's a lot left. So I'm probably going to have plenty to knit her a pair of socks too, and I will rectify that issue. I'll put that full piece of stockinette in above the lace. So that is my dreaming of Paris socks. And I will probably cast on my mother-in-law's pair straight after finishing mine because I'm enjoying these so much. And can we just have a moment here for my bag, my project bag? Looky, bats! I love bats! I didn't really have the cash to buy this, but it was on discount, I believe. It's Home Row Fibre Co. She does have her logo here somewhere on the bag, so just underneath. So we have Home Row Fibre Co. I think she put this in her newsletter, maybe? Or I clicked on something in her newsletter that took me to the sale page that I found this bag on. And the design is called Bat Your Lashes, and I love bats. I always have. I'm currently doing a cross stitch with a mandala bat, which I need to really dig out again and do some more work on. But yes, and the lining is even like a little batty printed fabric. Kind of cuts off her head, but yeah, that's just how I've been using the bag. But yeah, I really love my bag. It makes me so happy every time I look at it, so I am glad that I made space in the budget for it. If you haven't checked out Rochelle's website, I would say check it out, but don't if you don't have the money, because you're gonna want to buy something, I guarantee it. So yeah, check out Home Row Fibre Co. and support Rochelle. She's amazing. And the last thing to talk about today is my Autumn League sweater. I have been working on that, and this is that one made from that beautiful keepsake yarn from Spotlight, which I am always banging on about because I love it. So you will see there is a collar. I finished the collar. This was supposed to be the last step that you do on the sweater, but I sort of you got to knit the sleeves and then seam the sides and then do the neckline, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna get the neckline done before I get onto the sleeves. So I have done that, and it is a folded neckline. So it's nice and squishy and doubled, but I did do it slightly differently to the pattern, that's the word, because she basically says to knit it to the length, I think it's 7 centimeters or something, and then bind it off, then sew it to the inside to give the folded over hem collar. But instead I sort of bound off as I went. If you've done a knit on rolled hem, you might know what I'm talking about. I first did this technique in what was it called? It was Alana Dakos pattern. It's like the long hooded cardigan. I cannot remember what it is. It's got the big tree on the back, but that is the first time I did a rolled knitted hem where you pick up the stitch on the back and then you knit them together. Well, that was not bound off, but I basically used the same technique on this. I'm making no sense, am I? So yeah, basically when I went to bind off, I folded the collar inside out, and then I found the coordinating, the matching stitch. So the column of the stitch that I had live, my next live stitch, I went down the column, found the picked up stitch, knit them together, and then just bound off like regular, pulling one stitch over the closest to the end and dropping it off. So hopefully that makes sense. I don't think it really does, but you might get an idea. So that was the collar, and I have started on my first sleeve. So I'm starting my decreases now. So I think I'm a bit close to the camera now since I've restarted. I had to, my camera only records in 16.5-minute increments, so I had to restart. Anyway, blather. Yeah, so I have started my first sleeve, and then once I am done with my first sleeve, I will knit my second sleeve, and then all I have to do is seam up the sides and the arms, and I'm done. I'm finished, and I can't wait because this is going to be so warm and squishy, and I can't wait. So there you go. That is what I've been working on, and I don't really think I have any blather. Any bits and pieces that have really been happening. Nothing exciting really goes on much, apart from I've become a bit of a plant nut. I've created quite a big collection very quickly, spending money that I shouldn't be spending, but they are making me very happy, I must say. So I've got lots of new plants, and what else? I don't know. Nothing else has really been going on much. Simon and I went out for a bit of a date last night. We had some dumplings, which was yum, and yeah, that's kind of it. We're kind of just hanging out at home a lot, I think. it's been quite cold and wet recently, so you know, I think being at home in the warm is probably the best place to be. But yeah, that's kind of it. There's nothing really exciting for me to talk about. I did go and get my eyes tested last week because I really need some new glasses. These glasses I've had for over 2 years, nearly 2.5 years, and or about on 2.5 years, and the anti-glare coating that they have has all crazed, so when I'm looking through them it's like my glasses are dirty, but they're not. It's just the crazing on the lenses. So I headed up to the optometrist last week, got my eyes tested. They're all healthy. My prescription hasn't changed, so that's great, because I went for many years, every year my eyes getting worse, but they've kind of stabilized the last few years, so that's great. And I've ordered some new glasses, so I am really excited to get those, but they said at the moment it's maybe a 2 to 3 week wait, so it's only been a week, so we'll see how we go. But I have got pink glasses, which I'm really excited about, and a pair of sunnies, so that will be good. I'll be very, very glad to get those. But I think I might leave it there. I think I might move on, and I want to vacuum the house this afternoon. So I've got a very exciting afternoon planned. So yeah, I guess I will catch you all in a couple of weeks. I'll take my couple of weeks off. I'm going to be planning Instagram posts to post automatically, so I will still be over there occasionally. So keep an eye out there. Maybe I'll stop in with a few stories and things, maybe a live. I'm thinking about doing a live today. I don't know. Want to keep in touch? I'm always dipping in and out of Instagram, so head over there or send me an email. The link's down in the description, along with all the show notes and links to things I have spoken about. But please do be aware, some people are having issues with Ravelry's new website, and the links down below are to my Ravelry pages. So if you're having issues, don't click on them. But yeah, if you enjoyed the episode, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help with the YouTube algorithms. And I guess I will catch you in a couple of weeks. So please stay safe. And for those of you in New South Wales and Victoria, I am thinking of you constantly. And I really hope that you're all staying well and safe. And yeah, please do look after yourselves. All of you, please do look after yourselves. And I guess there's nothing left to say but happy knitting, happy crafting, and I will catch you in the next episode. Bye.